Welcome to the Balanced Flux podcast. I'm Tenny McLeod, and these are my takes on cultivating mental health, enhancing personal productivity, thereby living a balanced life. I hope that you'll be inspired to expand the quality of your life and in turn, empower others along the way. Expect new episodes on Sundays at 1 p.m. UTC on major podcast apps and platforms. And remember that you can always get more information on the website at balancedflux.com. So join me now and every week on this inspiring and fulfilling journey through the Balanced Flux podcast. Do you ever feel a pang of guilt for taking a well-deserved break? Or perhaps you find yourself unable to enjoy a leisurely afternoon because of an underlying feeling that you should be doing something more worthwhile. If so, welcome to the club of productivity guilt, an all-pervasive phenomenon in today's fast-paced world. This nagging sensation, like a persistent whisper in your ear, tells you that you are not doing enough, not achieving enough, and therefore not enough as a person. But what exactly is productivity guilt? At its core, it's the internalized pressure to be constantly doing something productive, the discomfort that arises when you're not ticking off items on your to-do list, and the feeling of inadequacy that creeps in when you compare yourself to the seemingly endless achievements of others. It can be seen in an aspiring author who feels guilty for not writing a certain number of pages every day, a graduate student who can't relax on their day off, and a freelance artist who feels miserable scrolling through social media, bombarded by the curated successes of their peers. Productivity guilt comes in many flavors. It can be work-related, stemming from missed deadlines or unachieved goals, personal, arising from unfinished chores or abandoned projects, or even leisure-related, making you feel uneasy about enjoying downtime when there's always something else to be done. It's a multifaceted beast, fed by societal expectations, reinforced by social media, and perpetuated by your inherent beliefs about work and achievement. Now, before you succumb to the siren call of productivity guilt, it's necessary to debunk a few common misconceptions. First, your worth as a human being is not solely determined by your output. You are not a machine. You are a complex, organic, and multidimensional individual with inherent value regardless of your accomplishments. Second, rest is not necessarily laziness. It's a biological necessity essential for physical and mental well-being. And finally, more is not always better. Working longer hours or taking on more tasks doesn't guarantee success and can often lead to burnout, not to mention diminished returns. So how can you break free from the shackles of productivity guilt? Well, start by setting realistic expectations. Acknowledge your limitations, embrace your humanity, and prioritize tasks that align with your values and goals. Practice self-compassion, treat yourself with kindness and understanding, and remember that rest and relaxation are not indulgences, but essential components of a balanced life. Boldly challenge those insidious thoughts that tell you are not doing enough, replace them with positive affirmations, and celebrate your wins no matter how small or insignificant they may seem. Remember that overcoming productivity guilt is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, effort, and a willingness to reframe your relationship with work and rest, but the rewards are immense. By letting go of guilt, you open the door to reduced nervousness and distress, improved well-being, and even increased creativity as well as productivity. So the next time you feel that familiar pang of guilt for taking a break, know that rest, when managed accordingly, is not the enemy of productivity, but its ally. Embrace it, enjoy it, and watch as your life transforms into a more well-rounded, contented, and pleasurable experience. And that's a wrap for this week's episode of the Balanced Flux podcast. A new episode drops every Sunday at 1 p.m. UTC on major podcast apps and platforms. You can also listen to the podcast and extend your support through the website at balancedflux.com. This podcast is intended for informational and educational purposes only. Kindly seek the appropriate care and treatment from licensed professionals. Do join the community on social channels and send your messages there or via email. Either way, if this podcast sparks some form of inspiration, I'd be more than glad to hear from you. Thank you for sharing your time and mind space. Your presence and engagement truly make this journey even more fulfilling and rewarding. I'm Tenny McLeod, signing off for now, and until the next time, stay safe, best wishes, and keep striving to achieve your balanced flux.